Hey guys, Zero here. About to go to work in like less than an hour, so I have to get ready. But I wanted to make a video real quick because something was just really annoying. I was on Facebook and there's this group that one of my friends invited me to join, and it was called, I don't remember the exact name of it. It was like petition against, and then the name of this other group, something about soldiers. It was called like Soldiers Aren't Heroes or something. Um, so basically, this group is against this other group called Soldiers Aren't Heroes because these people feel offended that these other people are going around saying that soldiers are they shouldn't be fighting and they're not. They shouldn't be considered heroes and stuff like that. So being a reasonable and scholarly type person, I went on there and posted my opinion, um, which was basically, no offense, guys, but the you are trying to censor another group because you don't agree with them, and by doing that, you're taking away the very freedom of speech that the soldiers you're talking about fought to give us. So you're basically wasting and negating everything that they worked for. They earned us freedom of speech, and now instead of using that freedom of speech, you're trying to take it away from other people just because you don't agree with them. I know you think you're doing good because you're saying, "Oh, soldiers are heroes," and that's pretty much everybody thinks that. So if we're right, and we should, you know, kill everybody in opposition to us, basically. But by blindly doing that, you're really not stopping to think about, the fact that you're taking away freedoms from someone else. Now, a lot of people posted back calling me a jackass and an asshole and an idiot and all this crap, saying that I'm not American and I should get deported and all this different crap because they were just so furious. But what they didn't understand was that I wasn't saying I supported the other group. In fact, I think both groups were stupid. I think there's much better ways you can spend your time than just sitting there on a message board saying think soldiers should be heroes or I think they shouldn't be. Um, but they thought that I was actually in support of the other group and that I agreed and thought that soldiers weren't heroes. I don't know whether I think soldiers are heroes or not. I haven't really thought about it. I don't really care. But either way, the point is both groups have the right to say however they feel, and you can't just shut them down and censor them because you don't agree. The only real reason they feel so strongly about closing down the other group is because they think that they're right. But let's say that um, you like the color red, and you've always loved the color red, and to you that's just how it goes. And then somebody else comes along that likes the color blue, and you're like, oh well, they're wrong. They should be censored or whatever. Now, that's your viewpoint. But now think of it as them coming at you. If they said that your viewpoint was wrong, you'd get mad. You'd get defensive. You'd be like, no, I have the right to believe what I want, and you can't censor me. Well, don't you think that's what the other group is probably thinking right now? You might not agree with what their group is about and what they're saying, but they're still allowed to say it. You can't just shut them down because you don't agree. And the problem is that these people just aren't putting themselves in the other group's shoes because they can't think that way. They can't say, oh, this is how I would think if I didn't think soldiers were heroes. Um, but like regardless of what the other group is, even if it wasn't about soldiers, even if it was about whatever, groups have the right to exist and say how they feel because this is America, and we have freedom of speech and those rights that soldiers have fought for. I think in this case it's particularly ironic because soldiers are brought into the mix. Like if we were just talking about colors or something, like I was saying earlier, then it wouldn't soldiers wouldn't even be relevant. But in this case, it's ironic because they're saying soldiers are definitely heroes because they fought to give us the freedom of speech. Well, yeah, they fought to give us freedom of speech that you're now taking away from the other group. So why bother even fighting for freedom of speech if you're not even going to let us use it? So that just really annoyed me because I don't think hardly anybody at all was understanding what I was saying or agreeing with me. They were just completely um, closed-minded and just so blind and dedicated to what they were saying that they wouldn't even stop for 2 seconds to think about what I was saying. All their comebacks were just basically like, "Go hug a tree. You're stupid. You're not American. You're an idiot. You're an asshole. Get out of here." And no one was making any sort of valid points at all, which just shows that, you know, they had no defense, nothing that they could come back at me with. So I just wanted to see what you guys thought. You know, some of you out there might be like soldiers yourselves or have soldiers as kids or whatever, so you might be like really worked up about this and be like, "Well, I think soldiers are heroes." But my question to you is not whether they are or not. I'm asking you whether you can step back and stop for a second and think, does the other group at least have the right to say what they feel? So in the comment box below, I want you guys to post whether you think, you know, even if you hated another group, if you would allow them to say what they wanted to, as long as it, you know, no skin off your back, no point in censoring anybody else, you know, because you wouldn't want to be censored. Or if you are like all the people that were in that group and think I'm just an asshole and that some opinions are just so wrong that they need to be censored, and that sometimes freedom of speech just needs to be put aside, and, you know, some things are just too wrong, we can't let them slide. So I just wanted to know what you guys thought before I went and got ready for work, because I got like 4 bajillion emails every time somebody responded to one of my comments, and finally my inbox was just getting, I was sick of hearing the mail receive notice, so I just had to leave the group and just get out of there because it got too annoying. But I definitely want to know what you guys think, because it was really bugging me. So that's it. I'll see you guys later.